Alright, so
they're not that dissimilar.
Nah, not really.
Remember,
I like to think I can sell people on multiple series. Yeah.
if I can make 8 different people buy the PlayStation Portable, then you can sell people on, on individual video games.
I just realized if you highlight these characters, you actually can see the subtitle name underneath them. Prepare for the ice. Chinese girl. Because she has no other discernible features whatsoever.
Sure.
Sister of the Devil.
Oh my god.
The Eternal Scarlet Young Moon. What?
See, that doesn't work if you don't just flat out call Remilia the Devil.
I love how Patchouli is just called the Library.
No, that's actually always been her title in every game. That's one of the few canon titles they actually did keep.
Oh, okay. Yokai of Dusk?
I think it's supposed to be of Darkness.
Yeah.
Easy. Go back over to Reimu's.
Yeah.
I think you're being a little too literal on that one.
Yeah.
Most people tend to call her Shrine Maiden of Paradise. Okay.
Alright, Bob's up for Remilia now.
The devil!
Yep. Basically, they call it a devil. I mean, considering the shit she does pull, yeah. Still one of my more favorite characters. I underestimated how fun she can be. But this is going to be interesting, considering the shit that's going to happen. And now we have a frontal shot. Quote,
maximum charisma stat.
Yeah.
No, that's actually another canon thing in Touhou, is that she's super charismatic or whatever.
I know, I saw that earlier. It was actually one quote, I believe. It's actually funny to think that because do you remember Leo from Fate Extra?
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's funny, like, your vision distorts and everyone gets, like, super enthralled with him because he's, quote-unquote, so charismatic. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me? Drake's more charismatic than him. I mean, he's not bad, he's well-spoken, but, like, charismatic? No. Fucking Remilia here is more charismatic than Leo. So, blow up this voodoo doll you asked for. I just realized I don't have a doll, do you? She's asking for a strip. No, we just straight up. Yeah, she's just straight up going voodoo route. Okay. I can come with anyone else in the Scarlet Devil Mansion who might have one either.
Wait a minute. So does that mean that...
Maybe Sake? No, if she did have one, it probably would look like me. That's probably not unfeasible.
That is the pot calling the kettle black.
Which left me one question. What do I do?
If this is a voodoo doll, then does that mean every time that you punch the Yukari, Reimu actually feels pain for no discernible reason?
Hey, what's the yokai boundaries?
That would be Yukari.
Okay. So apparently she found this thing?
Yeah, that would make sense.
And so we use a little manju doll and the lock of Reimu's hair to get on with the ritual. Everything was all set up for me to have my very own living Reimu doll that would look just like her. That is kind of creepy. Like, I know we've been playing this throughout the whole playthrough, but putting it into words is just kind of weird.
So there's this one dojin.
Oh boy.
where after Remilia kicks Remilia's ass, Remilia becomes so infatuated with her that she flies over to her house and starts doing things to her every night in her sleep.
Oh, okay.
Sleep. Attacking defenseless girls seems to be a running theme with the Touhou porn.
Just moral of the story is don't fucking sleep. If you're gonna sleep, do it during the daytime.
Rather, don't fucking sleep.
And now here I am in the Scarlet Devil Mansion's garden, at a complete loss. I'm staring at a cage that was supposed to keep Yukari Reimu safe and sound. A cage that is now broken wide open. So I guess you could say is that Yukari Reimu has escaped. That's... Oh my. This thing broke out of its own volition. I want you to think about that. That is...
It was hungry. Or maybe in its expansion it destroyed the cage.
Fucking hell, that has some terrifying implications about it.
It really is Akira.
Yeah?
Because that building got destroyed as he was expanding.
As soon as you say it exploded out from the inside, that's like straight horror movie level. Like, this thing's running free now, and there's no telling what it's gonna do, and that's kind of freaky.
It is so.
Did it have enough food? Did it have a place to sleep? Was it getting bullied by other stray Yukari that doesn't even exist? I don't know, ask Yukari, you might be fine. You might be in luck. And for the sake of my own charisma and reputation.
Shut up.
You seem to have lost your charisma as soon as Remilia came behind you.
What is time for bed?
Yeah, what is sleep during Remilia, besides like it becoming daytime for a late night stroll?
One thing that's always kind of annoyed me is that the staunchest defenders of the stupid shit that Touhou do, especially from the 6 characters, is like the people that say, no, these aren't regular vampires, these are special vampires. They have all these powers, and they have 8 million other powers, and sunlight doesn't affect them. And all this other bullshit. It's like, shut the fuck up.
Look, I will concede that the combination of like magic in the series plus like the other crap with the demons, that will affect like the vampires' abilities, but like you can't just you're just writing self-insert fanfiction at that point. Let's be real here.
More or less, yeah.
Oh shit.
One thing that did come true, hence Scarlet Curiosity, is that apparently Remilia is just enough resistant to light that she can walk around outside no problem, so long as she has an umbrella.
That's fine. I'll accept that as a good compromise.
Is it just light that kills vampires, or is it the heat?
It's just light. That's really it. That's why that's why UV rays fucked up the Pillar Men, dude.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I keep forgetting that despite the fact that the Pillar Men eat vampires, they have a lot of the same weaknesses as vampires.
Well, they're more of like just a straight carnivorous species that will eat each other. Like didn't need to rise. Wait, did I just see that?
I have no idea what you just did.
So right before I ripped my ulti, it felt like right when I was pressing triangle and circle, all 3 of my attack things started spinning.
Hold.
That was
Stop. Weird. Remilia is the knight. I am the knight.
This castle is a creature of chaos. Just let me go. This one's okay. Okay.
I want Bale back. Ben is fun, but he's not as fun.
Well, from what I'm hearing, Ben might be out soon anyway.
Is that a good thing or a bad thing?
I would also argue a bad thing, because if I'm speaking objectively, I think I like Ben more than Bale, but I do love Bale.
Also, from what I've heard, Ben is the only one holding Zack in place. He's the only one keeping him in his booster seat, as it were.
Okay, so we keep talking about Batman throughout this playthrough, but I'm just gonna bring up something completely off topic, but to wrap up the point. So there was a recent huge falling out with Ben Affleck and fucking Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
What happened? This is hilarious. This happened in the span of a week. Initially, it went from him being super psyched about being the main actor and director of a standalone Batman film, to eventually him conceding and stepping down and being only the actor, to wanting out as both the actor and the director. It's happened in the span of a week. So I'm like, what the fuck did Warner Brothers say to him that ousted him that hard?
Warner Brothers haven't known how to properly produce a movie in about 10 years.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Is it still true what I heard that the only one of the quote-unquote Justice League series that anyone actually likes is Wonder Woman? Is that still true?
Yes. I can tell you for an absolute fact, yes.
Because I heard apparently the big reason behind that was because they'd actually had a different director.
Yes, they did. They actually had a female director directing the Wonder Woman film.
I would hope so.
Yeah. No, there was a whole bunch of crap that went to that. I feel like the Wonder Woman film was fantastic, but then, like, funny enough, Justice League, I think I remember hearing it.
That actually came out.
Yeah, the Justice League movie did come out. Yeah, I know.
I heard nothing about it.
Yeah, that's how bad it was.
Did you actually see it, or you just heard about it?
I've heard many secondhand accounts of it. I don't think it wasn't this like divisive like Star Wars. It was universally like, this is not that good.
Well, who all was in it?
Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Superman, Batman, Cyborg from what I remember.
Did they have an Aquaman movie?
They are working on one, but I recently heard in an interview that the reason there hasn't been an official trailer for it yet is because to quote the director, there's so many special effects right now that we're working on for this, we can't even show you a working trailer for the time being. Which, frankly, considering it's all underwater, or not all of it's underwater, but a good portion of it's underwater, I can believe it.
See, here I thought you were going to say that sounds like a crock of shit, but...
No, I couldn't believe that it's taken a while for them to animate all those fucking effects.
See, the problem with this idea is that Warner Brothers is trying to make an imitation Avengers with the Justice League, but the problem is they're trying to do the whole thing in under 3 or 4 years, when the Avengers didn't come out until 8 years after the MCU started. The first
Iron Man, yeah.
I thought it was the first 2 Hulk movies.
Nope. Only the second Hulk movie was tied to the Marvel lore in any way.
Yeah, and that came out in like 2006.
Yeah.
And then Iron Man came out in 2008. So yeah, it was at least 6 years before they finally made the big one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like they're trying to do that in 3 years. You first of all, you don't have enough time.
I actually think the second Hulk movie came out after Iron Man.
It?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty damn certain because I remember specifically that Nick Fury approached Iron Man first.
Huh.
And then Iron Man and Nick Fury approached Banner afterwards. Or no, it wasn't Banner, it was the dude that was head of that military.
Yeah.
The second Hulk movie was surprisingly good, by the way. Versus the first one.
Was it after the first Hulk movie or after the second Hulk movie that they had to change actors because
Oh no, they changed actors like every fucking movie. But
every time?
Yes.
Even between Hulk 2 and Avengers 1.
Yeah. They changed actors again.
Jesus Christ, the character is cursed.
Right? I don't know why they keep changing it. I could look into it, but I'm not going to. That's because pre-Iron Man, Marvel was a bit of a chaotic beast.
See, what's funny about that is that life imitates art, because the Hulk was actually kicked out of the Avengers for being difficult to work with.
Yeah.
That actually was a thing that happened.
Your yuck curry, what's that? Sorry we've been talking about DC, but we've been talking about Batman occasionally, so I just want to mention that thing really fast. But yeah, no, I think Remilia is looking for the thing. I just love how guilt-ridden she is about how this thing, and horrified she was that the thing escaped.
It's her... She's trying to be a responsible pet owner, but she doesn't know how.
Yeah. Well, it's hard to be a responsible pet owner when your pet's not even there.
She's trying to be a responsible pet owner and finding it and bringing it back, but she has no idea how to do that. And yeah. You'd think after a certain point she would realize that everyone around her is an idiot. And that's probably not going to help her very much. What's funnier about this situation is that you'll remember from way earlier in the game, I don't remember who it was, but someone was talking to Remilia to use Remilia's power to find someone that took or stole or broke something of theirs. Mm-hmm. So apparently she has the power to... I believe that's Touhou, yeah. Yeah, she has the power to find people or things, but she never thinks to use it for her own benefit.
I think that's because... I'd be willing to speculate here, but I think that's because they're trying to find an allegedly human or sentient target versus the pet that... It's probably, because it's created by magic, it's probably traceless. That's just my guess, but...
See, I would say that, but they used Remilia's magic in that instance to find out that it was the Yukari that did that.
Yeah.
So they still discovered it through that magic. I don't know, this game is stupid. Oh, that's right, I forgot.
I don't really play these games for story too much, anyway.
You can. The fan games are not the places to go for that, or at least not most of them like this.
Yeah.
I forgot to mention this actually. I mentioned this before we started, but have just now getting to this. So Toys R Us is closing down.
Yes.
And and it's apparently been closing down for a month. I only discovered this last week.
Oh damn, you did?
Yep.
Yeah, it's been going downhill.
So, no, I knew that it was closing, it's just I didn't know that they were doing the actual closing sale.
Yeah.
So I hit the place up last week, and they have everything on sale from like 40 to 80% off, depending on what the item is. Mm-hmm. And I was looking at their selection of games, and it was kind of sad seeing the sporadic game here and there on the shelf. I'm looking at the Switch section. They had various games. They had one copy of Xenoblade, one copy of Fire Emblem Warriors, and 35 straight copies, untouched and dusty, of Touhou Kobuto Burst Battle 5. And it's like, I already own this game for the PS4 because I got the PS4's collector's edition to get the crap that comes in it. Like, 6 months ago. It's like, this game is $30 max, and it's on sale for like 60%. Sure, I'll pick up the game for $12, both because I came here, I may as well pick up something, but...
I love how Mailing's so taken aback that Remilia actually knows her name.
I mean, I would be too.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair.
But it's like, this is kind of pitiful.
Oh, it's the idiot.
Both looking at the store and looking at the shelf and seeing this one game virtually untouched. Sure, I'll buy another copy. And what's funny about that is that this is only my second ever physical game for the Switch. All my other games, save for Fire Emblem Warriors, which I picked up when I bought the Switch because I bought it before going to work that day and I wanted something to play at work. I didn't want it to download like a 12 or however many gigabyte game Fire Emblem Warriors was. I wanted something to play immediately. Everything else since then has been download.
You know, it's funny because involving that Toys R Us sale, none of the Lego sets have been priced down whatsoever.
Yeah, that sounds
I think
about
that's
right.
more on Lego's part than anything. But I also heard that Lego's going through their own financial problems as well.
Yeah.
I mean, surprise. It truly is the end of an era.
You see, here's the thing. Kids no longer want to play with toys. They want to play with video games and iPads and iPhones and all this other crap where they can download games by the thousand without ever having to actually go to a store and buy a toy.
See, that's not completely unfounded, and it's kind of true, but Toys R Us was also going through a lot of its own shit for a while, too. Like, they were in crippling debt for a long time.
This is going to sound really stupid and very roundabout, but I'm actually going to bring Toys R Us back to Batman. So
How are you going to do that?
So in 2005, Toys R Us was already going in debt, and they were bought out by Bain Capital. Hold. Bain Capital is owned by Mitt Romney. The Dark Knight Rises came out in 2012. I remember hearing a story, and this cracks me up to this day because I was with my dad in the car at the time. And my dad listens to, because he was covering it at the time, Rush Limbaugh. Rush Limbaugh was talking about how The Dark Knight Rises was a conspiracy because the villain of The Dark Knight Rises is Bane. There were a lot of stories in the news at the time about the firm Bain Capital and something or other about how it's owned by Mitt Romney.
Oh my god. Please, tell me more about how we're putting chemical waters to turn the frickin' frogs gay.
That's actually a different guy.
I very much know that's a different guy, but same fucking network. Can you at least tell me more about what it looked like? Oh yeah, so we just beat up Cherno because she mentioned the symbol of the strongest. I think she gave a description that kind of matched it. Marissa took it from you. Oh yeah, she said, I got beaten by Cherno, and Remilia remarked, you always get beat by Cherno, though. Or, you always get beat by Marissa.
Yeah?
I know you're here somewhere. I love how the forethought of just knowing that there's a good chance that Marissa's inside the fucking library.
When you stop to think about it...
Dude, you always try to sneak away with Pachi's books.
When you stop to think about it, how important of a secondary character she is, Marissa's been really uninvolved with this game's story.
Oh god, yeah.
She's barely in half of them.
I vaguely remember she had a much more important role in the original Gento Rondo.
Yeah.
I thought it'd be funny to show it to Reimu, so I was just about to head over to the shrine.
She's a catalyst for like a third of the story is in Gento Rondo because she's the one that's always telling people, hey, you should do this. Oh, that's happening? You should do that about it. And getting everyone else into further incidents.
Yep. Alright, let's see what we can do here. This might be mildly difficult.
You know, it's funny, actually. Because while I'm looking at the TV while I'm talking, I'm also completely zoning out while I'm telling a story, so I completely forgot for the last 15 minutes that you were actually playing as Remilia.
What? Who would you think I was playing as?
That's what I said. I'm looking at the screen, but I'm not paying attention to the screen at all. It's like... I have this weird thing where I can completely zone out and start thinking about other things, but whatever I'm doing, I can still do it basically perfectly. That happens to me sometimes with driving, and the one that I remember most often, most fondly, is back in the day zoning out all the time while playing Guitar Hero 3, and getting so many either high scores or perfects while completely zoning out and thinking about other things, and just basically my body's on autopilot while I'm doing that.
Huh. Come on, do a thing. There we go. Oh no, not yet. There we go.
Is she throwing shurikens at you?
If we want to count stars as shurikens, yes.
Ninja Star, yo.
Ninja. God damn it. Well, when you put it that way.
And speaking of...
Meanwhile, back on the ranch.
Batman Ninja.
Which apparently is really good, from what IGN's saying.
Is that a movie or is that a game?
It's a movie.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I think it's animated just like fucking Berserk, but apparently it did it really well.
Is it already out or is it coming out?
Oh, no, it's already out, I think. No way. I use super powerful chains designed specifically for binding magical beasts.
Gilgamesh?
This thing's...
Gilgamesh, is that you?
This thing's kind of yanked from another dimension. This thing's not gonna be sitting still at all.
Gilgamesh was able to bind to Skandar.
I sense very strong magic. Yeah, you're right about that. What could that mean?
And he's nothing if not a magical beast.
That means that either this thing's able to negate shit or it's able to eat chains.
I wouldn't be surprised if this thing could swallow steel.
Oh god, what I just remember... Oh, fucking Ghost Rider from Marvel 3 whenever he just yells, "Eat chain!"
Oh my god.
You use that wall spot. You use that move so much with him. It just kind of like gets burned into your head.
Damn it, Nick Cage.
I love how we skip over some areas without even listing the name of it.
It does list their names.
It's always... It missed one. Where could it have gone? Boy. I love how it doesn't even look like actual throwing knives. They look like kitchen knives.
More or less, yeah.
Raymond came to visit earlier, so it
even has the handles and the exact same brass rivets of a kitchen knife.
Boy, this is awkward.
Well, one of us is gonna have to change.
Oh, isn't it adorable? Actually, it's kind of creepy.
You ever notice how some of these stories are repeating themselves?
I mean, it makes sense. It's trying to follow a fairly linear path, but there's so much divergence in each one, it's definitely not concrete.
Oh god, imagine playing...
I've never understood that mentality with these kinds of games. If you try to tell a linear story, tell a fucking linear story. Don't do it in arcade modes.
Just imagine a Genso development team making an open-ended game.
Oh my.
And we'd have to do them all around. I have fun with these games, but it doesn't mean I want to spend like 10 hours on them.
Nah. I wonder how much damage a fire would do, actually. Apparently not much. Oh, well, that's fucking her up.
Keep pushing her back. She can't react. I love it.
She's so fucking locked in hit stun right now. Oh, there we go. The punch, though.
Again, as I haven't been paying attention, have you been able to do your gay bulg at all?
Yes, I've been doing my gay bulg a lot, actually. Also, I killed this thing without taking any damage.
Beautiful.
10 out of 10.
There should be a trophy for that, but I don't think there is.
Yeah, I don't think so. Whatevs. Okay, Remilia is really cute in that snapshot. Let me be honest here, Remilia's character here is so much different from everything I've seen up to now.
Does it bother you at all, too, when an anime or whatever, a character's eyes are drawn above their hair?
Sometimes. Depends on how noticeable it is.
It's very noticeable.
I'm more particular about chin lines, honestly. Like, that's more noticeable to me than eyes.
Even now, looking at Remilia?
Remilia looks very skinny with that chin line, honestly.
No, not that. The fact that her bangs are very clearly under her eyes.
Oh, yeah. That does break a lot of traditions in anime, yes.
Like, so. It looks like you could literally... It looks like her eyes are stickers. Like, you could really just peel them off.
Yeah, make a good point about that. Treatment here. Okay, so as long as Remilia's here, or Reimu's here, let's just make her dinner. Why not?
I mean, you can't not. You came all the way to the trouble of...
Basically. I feel like I wouldn't be getting much sleep that night. with that thing running around and what happened that day, I don't blame you really at all. That was a story.
That was an experience unto itself.
Not too bad, but yeah.